What's good, YouTube? Just checking in. Wanted to go over what has been happening and what's the plan? Having a red day, but if you zoom out a little, and then you zoom out a little bit, and it's just been a roller coaster. But we're still green. Trying to grow. Golden SPY is working. Even though gold crashed, I just held on to it. And you can see, this was kind of, election time. And then it just crashed. I guess this is the opposite, sorry, because this is the put. So let me show you the actual graph. So it was just sideways, and up, sideways, up, sideways, up, sideways, and then Trump gets elected, and gold just goes down. SPY went up. So made money on SPY, lost money on gold, but not really, because I just held the position, and you can see that we bounced off the bottom of the Bollinger Band here, and now we're coming up. So I do find that in the macro view, the Bollinger Band kind of gives you most of the information you need for ETFs. I'm a big fan of GLD, and I'm going to keep it. Because I have made my positions, in the future, there's enough time for them to bounce around a little bit. So I was able to hold, and then I'm still back on the SPY. I didn't lose any money when SPY went down. Let's see what happened. Because it jumped up, so it kind of went sideways, dropped a little bit, and then bounced all the way up really high. So it had to come back down to mean revert, and now it's sort of bouncing off the mean here, which is the center of the Bollinger Band. So so I just started making positions again to capture that kind of low position, because I'm anticipating it to go up slowly. And the way I'm hedging the SPY, I'm thinking of maybe not doing gold so much and only doing SPY and VIX, but the VIX isn't out yet. So instead of VIX, I've been doing the uVix, and I've been buying it when it's below $4 in the threes, because this underlying, it's leveraged, so it's not as big. And I don't think that has anything to do with it, but the share price is relatively low, so you can see it really dropped down, because before, it was the bottom was in the fours, 420, 429, 430, but then it dropped after the election to a really low price because SPY was just climbing. So I bought some down here, and then I sold it off when it peaked up here at I think it was above 420, but so I'm just waiting to reload, and I have these limit buys in place for certain price points. So I'm going to hold on to 50 to hedge my position and hopefully get over 100 shares when it comes back down. I bought some SPY and GLD. I'm going to sell them soon. I just wanted to have it here so I could look at it. It was kind of interesting at the time. Walgreens I'm trying to wheel out of, and I bought 100 shares to kind of even my position out. I bought like them 50 at a time or so, and so I got 250 at one point, and that's the dividends that I'm going to be paid, which is kind of nice. And I think it kind of, with the covered calls I've been selling, I haven't been assigned on the covered calls, so I've just been basically collecting premium. So I'm definitely, the average cost was $9.30, and I'm definitely above that in terms of what I've made. So I could probably sell out whenever I want. I just kind of, again, using the Bollinger Band, even though it's not perfect, since a lot of this has to do with news, I do think in the long term it will bounce back, or at least mean revert to about $9, and I'll probably just sell it at that point. I've been selling covered calls, and I'm just getting tired of Walgreens. It's a waste of capital. I think I could put better use to it up here if I was either using golden SPY or what I'm about to talk about. There's two new things. First thing is crypto. I'm not a huge fan of crypto, and I have some Bitcoin now, but I'll probably hold the Bitcoin. I like the idea that it could replace gold because it's finite and then at a certain point it can't really devalue. Now that is dependent on people actually caring about it, but given that so many countries have bought Bitcoin, governments have bought Bitcoin, I do think that it's a relatively safe bet. That being said, I barely own any, so obviously I'm not going to put a ton of money into it, but I am going to try to build up to a 007 position, so that's 0.007 Bitcoin. So it's not very much, a couple $100, very achievable for most people. Maybe I'll build up to 008, but we'll see. Not a priority, but I'm going to buy the dips. Again, small, $50 at a time. Dogecoin is sort of a temporary thing. I don't know. I kind of like the idea that maybe it could be the people's Bitcoin, and it I bought it when it was lower, before it popped up. Anyway, Sheeb and Pepe are kind of meme stocks that I'm gonna sell as soon as they're positive. I don't remember why. A friend of mine told me about this, so we'll see if his prediction is right, and if not, I know it looks like $1 million, like it's a lot, but it's not. It's like, what is that? Like $30, $35. And Shiba is the same way, where it's a cheap stock, so it's really, I don't know, $47 I put in there. So if I lose it all or most of it, I don't care that much. It's just less than $100 for both of them. JEPQ is my new favorite in terms of it is kind of a growing dividend. It seems stable. YMAG I feel the same way about, even though the track record isn't as good. It's still sideways. So it started at 20, and right now it's 1953. So it's really, it is up and down, but it has been the most stable of the Yieldmax dividends. YMAX is just so diversified, so even though it's been more down and it's not as sideways as YMAG, I just feel like it's relatively stable. CONY is, you could probably say I'm just buying the dip on CONY. I feel like CONY has stabilized in the past couple of months. You can see, like if you just look at this line of where it started at around $15-16, it's been down, but then it just came back up. So I do think that even though CONY might be the least stable long term, I'm a fan of Bitcoin, as I was saying, and coin in general. So I think that's based on Coinbase. So I think I'm going to invest in it short term, collect some premiums, sell out eventually. But I do want to hold JEPQ probably for a long time. And I want to use YMAX and YMAG to generate income without, it's just a way of diversifying my my growth. And I love it. Shout out to OG, Old Goat investor, who I've been watching his portfolio for months at this point, and he's made a lot of gains, so I'm a fan of that. And look, SPY came up positive from when I bought it. So, bought the dip. I don't know, it's funny. It's kind of fun to do this whole buying shares and selling it. It's just, I just have so much love for options, so that's why I'm still going to run options on SPY, probably keep going with gold. I'll hedge with the VIX. When the VIX comes out, I'll just do covered calls, or not covered calls. I'll probably buy calls on the VIX, and I'll just do like 45 days, 90 days, and then I'll have 2 or 3 positions open at all times, and then hopefully cash out on some of them when the volatility naturally comes up on pullbacks, and then I'll just generally be long on SPY, and that way you hedge against drops in SPY, make money on it. It's sort of the secret sauce, and then I'll just hold the rest of these for long term. So yeah, that is my position. That is my thought. Looks like we have a green day after all. I don't know why. I think it's because SPY came up, so my SPY positions improved. So my hope is to get to 3 SPY positions again. I sold out of all of them during the election time because I figured it would drop, and it actually went the other way. But I think I've been positive on SPY, on the SPY put spreads, and I'm hoping that gold will become profitable. I think this is one that's still left. I'm trying to get it back positive and then close it and then open new gold positions. But I want there to be 4 of each at all times, and then every week I'm cashing one out. But yeah, I did the math, and they're actually probably better than these guys, but in terms of the YMAX. But I don't know. I like the YMAX, but I'm gonna be diversified. They're just one part of my portfolio. Yeah, so that's that. Hope you guys are doing good, and I'm just gonna keep growing. Hopefully catch back up to 10K and beyond. I did withdraw, and but I think long term the best thing would be to keep money in this account and just grow it. So that's what I'm hoping to do, and yeah, I think we're having a good week. All right, y'all, peace out. Keep investing.